Hey, North Pointe family, I want you to imagine a society or a culture where the judges just don't hand down verdicts. Somebody's guilty for armed robbery, and rather than a prison sentence, it's, 6 months of anger management, and we'll call it good. Or murder, life in prison, I can't. That seems so harsh. I can't do that. Let's do 6 months and we'll call it good. How would we function as a culture or society? I'd say we'd fall apart. There's no deterrent. Why even do law enforcement? Well, we expect our judges to hand down sentences according to the law. Then when we talk about God, we get uncomfortable with that He might judge people for their sin. In our passage, we've looked at the fact that Israel displaced some people. But long before, years before they went into the land, God said to His people, Israel, hey, it's not because you're so righteous. It's because those people are so sinful. 2 times He tells them that in Deuteronomy 9, 4 and 5. God is not whimsical. He doesn't change His nature or His character. In last week's passage in Joshua 7, Achan took bounty that was forbidden by God, and God said there'll be consequences for that. And in fact, there were. They lost the battle, and Achan and his family were judged. We want our judges to act according to the law, but we get uncomfortable when God does. If judges who won't hand out sentences will ruin a society, how much more is a God who won't judge sin? What kind of heaven, what kind of world are we going to live in? I'd suggest rather than ruining the fact that God judges sin, we need to celebrate that fact because it gives us hope of a sin-free heaven. And we need to celebrate the fact that while He will judge sin and He is just and He is righteous, at the same time, He is kind and long-suffering and patient and loving. And that's mostly seen in Jesus, where the judgment of God was poured out on Him for our sin. A lot of people look at the Old Testament, they shake their head and say, what kind of God is that? That's a just God. That's a righteous God. That's a holy God. We need a righteous, just, and holy God to have any hope of a world that functions in a heaven that we can look forward to. Let's celebrate the fact that God is holy enough and just enough that He will judge sin.